What's your favorite scary movie?
Do you ever fantasize about
damn enchiladas?
That's much too vulgar display of power, Karen.
Let me ask you one question. Are you having fun?
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Because I promise you, you and I are going to have some fun.
Oh, no.
It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Shut up, you bitch hog.
Game over.
Saw X, sorry, Saw 1.5.
Saw this at the cinema.
So I saw it at the cinema. Did we? Wait,
I think we went together.
I think we may have. Yeah. Were you there? I think you were there. Yes.
I think we did. I think we might have gone together. Actually, I don't know if we went together. I think we might have, but I genuinely don't know.
I don't know.
I know we were both talking about wanting to see the
yeah,
before it came out.
The eye vacuum. Now this was big part of the marketing promotional material.
Especially the poster is this.
Yeah.
Hammer. It's a dream.
It is a dream.
It's a dream.
It's a dream.
It's a really good idea for
It's a great idea, and
it
you
makes
could
sense. You could escape.
Yeah.
John was punishing somebody for literally robbing people in a hospital. I think it was a janitor.
I think he was a janitor. Yeah, the hospital. Yeah, like taking
who
a
goes
watch
through people's stuff and steals their shit whilst they're slowly dying.
Yeah.
Being a proper scummy person, but he gives him a chance to save himself. I can't remember how.
No, I can't remember exactly.
He has to do
how.
something which will turn off the vacuums from sucking his eyeballs.
Well, no, it's to break his fingers. He has to break all his fingers. That's what I don't. I'm not a tough person, but I think out of all of this, pretty much all these traps, it's kind of like an internal injury rather than cutting.
Yeah.
I can deal with the breaking the bones rather than cutting flesh more. So I'd give that a go to not have my eyeballs sucked out.
I'll probably give all of them a go to try and survive, but I think I'd fail almost all the traps.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'd try and save myself. I think I'd fail on almost every single trap.
Give it a good old try. Good old college try.
Put my fat ass in the fucking razor wire maze. I'm fucked.
That guy was way bigger than you.
I'm still going to die.
If this wasn't a dream, where would you put it? I think
if
it's
this
high.
wasn't a dream, this would be circular.
Agreed.
But
Completely
because
agree.
it's a dream...
It's Hammer. Or you want to give it a...
Oh, you see, the other dream ones we've had were the stupid fucking train thing.
Oh, the one we
for
just
Jill.
had with Jill. Pain
train. But that wasn't a trap that could be survived. It was just an execution and a dream sequence. Whilst this was a dream, it was John's dream of a trap he might think to make.
Yeah.
And it was survivable.
And who knows, he may have made it.
It is an actual trap. I would put this in Circular Saw.
Oh my, he's going straight up Circular Saw, even though it's a dream.
Yeah.
It is good. It is really good.
If we say it's a dream and shouldn't be in the list, it's Hammer.
Yeah.
If we agree that it is an actual trap that was designed by John, his ideas, whilst it didn't take place, it is a Saw trap, then I think it's worthy of Circular Saw.
You heard it here, folks. It's going in It's going in Circular Saw.
It's going in eye vacuum.
It's going in eye vacuum. Pipe bomb. Now I remember. I remember the traps with all the victims in the room together.
Yep.
I'm a bit.
Wire saw, brain surgery, radiation trap, blood boarding, gas chamber.
Oh, it was attached to his flesh.
That's it. He had to cut through his flesh to get the bombs off. So this is
who's the character of the
Diego.
Diego, but what's his?
He was the taxi driver. He was the taxi driver who picks up John.
Yeah.
So the whole story of this is John is going to, I think it's Mexico.
Yeah.
He's gone to Mexico to meet with a special surgeon who has a special way of doing like cancer surgery. Basically, it's somebody preying on
scam.
It's preying on people who are desperate.
Yeah, but they really like the charade is
very well done.
Tip top. Yeah, it's so believable, even for someone as intelligent as John Kramer.
Yeah. So Diego is
he's kind of the first point of call, really.
Yeah. Who meets him at the airport.
Yeah.
He's part of the whole thing, and then takes him to the special big house where they're doing the surgery.
Yeah.
But Diego knows it's a scam.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
isn't he the doctor? doctor as well. No, is he?
No.
Someone else that he meets becomes the doctor.
Yeah, like, I think it might be one of the guys
under like a surgical mask.
It might be Diego, to be honest.
Let's have a look. No, I don't know if it is him actually. Also known as Dr. Ramon Cortez is a fictional character. Yeah, he is the Doctor. Okay.
We see him under a mask and with a hat
there
on
he
and
is,
stuff.
Yeah, there he is. I thought so. Yeah.
So he has to... He's got these 2 pipe bombs strapped to his forearms. He has to... he's got, like, I think scalpels which will cut through his flesh but not strong enough to cut through the wires. So he has to basically gouge out his flesh to get the bombs off. And he survives.
He does. With only 7 seconds remaining.
But because he survived, John then comes to help him, tend to his wounds, as it were. Because this is Saw 1.5. This is set between Saw 1 and Saw 2. John is still kind of, if you survive, you deserve to survive.
Yeah.
No matter how badly you've treated me or how much I hate you for whatever reason. So yeah.
Health-wise as well, John's in pretty okay condition right now still.
Yeah, he's not Saw 3.
He's not Saw 3, no.
Or Saw 2 John, where he's on oxygen the whole time.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's a Saw 1 John.
Yeah, it
where
is.
he can get away with lying still for an hour and no one noticing him. So this is kind of almost physically fine John, but with a brain tumour that's going to kill him in the future.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. It's revenge again. It's someone who's wronged him.
Everyone in this film is revenge.
Everyone is revenge in this film.
But they're all people who are given away to save themselves. They can save themselves. So it's a bit punishment, a bit revenge, but also they are survivable traps.
There's not really life lessons with this one.
Most of them are survivable
Most of them
traps.
are survivable traps.
One of them annoy. I hate it.
Is it the heat? The heat.
It's
blaster?
the X-ray.
Yeah,
X-ray machine. The radiation. I think it might be the heat blasting thing you're thinking.
Yeah, in midair.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, pipe bomb, is pretty straightforward. It's pretty basic.
But it's good.
Yeah.
It's survivable. I'd say banned.
Banned. Yeah. Okay. Banned. Fine with me. Let's scroll down. It's the wire. Now, if this is is this the bone marrow?
Yes.
This is up there for me. I think this is great.
Yeah.
This is. I'm trying to remember now what her position was. The woman in question. Because again, like we said, everyone in these traps.
I think she
wrong John.
might be the person who meets them at the front door.
Valentina. Valentina is a fictional. She is one of the. She's portrayed. Blah, 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 that's great. So it's called the Pedersen Project. So she is what, the nurse?
Yeah, kind of like the surgical assistant.
Surgical assistant, yeah.
I think she's a vet. Oh no, the vet's the other girl.
Okay. In reality, Valentina works as a prostitute. It is clear that she and her co-scammers, Matteo, Gabriella, and Diego, are all struggling financially, as Cecilia, our main antagonist, the one who's really scamming John, seems to keep the majority of the money for herself and lives a lavish lifestyle in a large, expensive mansion, while the others do not. It seems Cecilia and Parker picked people who were Parker, we find out, is her partner later on. Who are struggling financially or vulnerable to suffer with addictions, such as Gabriella. So that's literally it.
So she's kind of tied up to a machine. I think it was a noose around her neck that's going to pull her head off.
Yeah.
But she has to fill up using a suction thing.
It's like is that a saw?
Garrote.
Yeah, garrote, yeah.
So she has to suction out bone marrow from her leg.
Oh, it's gruesome.
Up to a certain amount. Now, she gets given a wire saw.
Yeah.
Which is fucking superb, by the way. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
She has to saw her leg off with a wire saw, and then she has to suck out her own bone marrow from her leg. Now, the problem is she takes too long.
Yeah.
So she ends up cutting her leg off and starts sucking out the bone marrow, but she doesn't have enough time to suck out enough bone marrow, so the timer goes off, and then the kind of garrote cuts her neck off.
But slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly cuts through her neck with the wire saw. God bless her, she tried.
Yeah.
I think that gives it so much more props. I think the aspect of trying to get bone marrow
is an interesting one.
It's very interesting. She has to do a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean, something like Pound of Flesh. If you'd seen the hacksaw to begin with, it's bang bang. It's not bang bang. Then I've got to try and get my bone marrow out. There's more to this.
Yeah.
While she's very immobile.
She can only really move her arms.
Yeah, because I believe her head is actually like
held in place.
I think her head's
she can't move
Yeah.
forward or back because of the way the thing is against her throat.
This is circular saw, or maybe even chainsaw to me. But I'm happy to go circular saw.
I think chainsaw's a bit high.
Okay, we'll go circular.
I'm happy with circular, yeah.
Fine. I will say this. I think this is the best trap of the film.
Okay.
In my opinion. Okay. Brain surgery. I didn't like this one.
No.
This was way over the top.
Yeah, having to remove part of his own brain, so having to saw through his own skull, take it off, get out part of his... I think he has to pull out enough brain matter
to... scales.
Yeah.
But and if he doesn't, which he doesn't, he gets enclosed in...
With like burning hot.
Yeah, like
almost like a...
sarcophagus in a way.
Almost like maybe an Iron Maiden or something.
Oh, it's like a Mayan sort of thing. Yeah, Mayan.
Mask,
yeah.
Burning hot inside.
I didn't like this.
I think it's really fucking weird.
It's hacksaw? Straight in? Or, I mean, it is a trap.
He could have survived, but...
severely brain damaged after, if he was able to...
Or just die of infection.
Yeah.
Yeah, hacksaw.
What did he have to be able to see? Was it a mirror or a camera?
I think there was a camera positioned above
screen.
him. But also, what's her name, who was in charge of everything, was kind of saying, look, you can take out this much of your brain, this part, aim for this part, blah. She was trying to give him instructions.
Yeah. I feel like there was something else, because he was
kind of
in a wheelchair.
He was kind of held in place.
Yeah, he was.
But, I think there was a camera focused on him.
3 minutes to obtain cerebral tissue from their brain and put it in the trough placed in front of them, which completes the electrical circuit and releases the key that allows the victim to escape. The victim is given tools such as bone cutter, forceps, and more medical supplies to complete the task.
A camera is placed above the victim. Yeah.
An open mask is positioned around the subject's face, which is wrapped in heat coils. Heat coils. I knew there was something else, but they were they all? I feel like they were already on.
I think, yeah, they probably start heating up.
I could have sworn they were already on. Yeah, it's not important. Yeah, the camera. Okay. Hacksaw.
Yeah, hacksaw.
Yeah. Radiation trap, baby.
This is awful.
This is awful. Yeah, I agree. This is not great.
So she's pulled up into the ceiling. She's got, I think, from one hand is kind of in a cuff, metal cuff, and one leg is in a metal cuff, and it's holding her in place in front of an X-ray machine that is going to is like up on high. It's going to keep giving her X-rays over and over again, which will kind of burn her. But the thing is, if she survives and gets out, that amount of radiation is going to completely fuck her anyway.
Yeah,
and with all sorts of cancer.
So this is Gabriella. Her part in this whole scam, she basically shows affection to John. Not in a romantic way.
She greets them on the way in.
She greets them, yeah. She credits Cecilia for saving her and her family's life. Gabriella presents him a bottle of tequila, traditional gesture of good luck. John can't accept the bottle because of the surgery. He appreciates, takes a note of her gesture.
And so she's the drug addict.
She's the drug addict
doing this to help her. So she has to basically break her ankle, and her foot to make it small enough to pull out of the cuff, and then do the same with her hand so she gets out of the way, because she breaks her foot and then swings out of the way. But then I think the machine moves, or
it does.
she
It
moved.
follows.
That's it.
Yeah, it does
So
follow.
she's break her hand as well to do the same thing, and she survives. She manages to get out, and then she's just on the floor in a lot of pain.
She's eventually killed by Cecilia.
Yeah, Cecilia kills her later, but here she survives. She survives her trap. But
She does?
you just know that down the line, that trap's killed her.
Because of the radiation.
That amount of radiation,
Yeah.
she's going to die. So, whilst it's a trap, it's not an execution device like a lot of them. It can't go higher than Hacksaw, despite the fact I think this is the worst trap of the entire film.
Yeah,
This trap, I think, is
it's
the worst
not
one.
great. It's not great.
Yeah, it's a horrible trap, but I don't think it can go higher than Hacksaw just because it's going to kill her down the line anyway.
Yeah, no, agreed. I know we overanalyze a lot of this.
Yeah.
This film really made me when I first saw this, probably with you, maybe with you. This was when I was really thinking, and this is maybe I should have probably done this with the other films over time, but I was thinking, how is he engineering this? How is he making this?
He's a
how
very
did
good
he
engineer.
get this device? This is a very niche, specific device compared to a lot of the other tools.
It's kind of a
managed to acquire.
modified, like an X-ray machine. So he could probably get an X-ray machine because they're in Mexico. Everything's super cheap, apparently.
Yeah, 5 pesos.
Yeah.
And also, as you said about this is 1.5. He has in the post-credit scene. Hoffman helps him with a trap when he's kind of indoctrinating Hoffman. He's training Hoffman. So, do we know if Hoffman helped him with any of these? Do we find out?
We know Amanda did.
Amanda, that was it.
Amanda was there.
That was it. I knew someone was there. I couldn't remember who.
Yeah.
Okay, so straight in with Hacksaw, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Blood boarding trap. Is this the...
Him and the kid.
Yeah. Now, the kid he's met, kid is just a kid playing football, right? Outside?
I think
the kid's involved.
No, the kid's not involved at all. The kid's just playing football. But I think the kid might be the kid of one of the other people. I think... Or maybe it's Gabriella's brother or something. I think the kid is related to somebody.
Okay. This is what really this is such a big feat. this type of engineering job.
Where did he get all this blood?
Yeah, that was another thing. There's
Carlos.
so much blood.
Click on Carlos. See if Carlos is related to somebody.
There he is. Carlos is a child that John Kramer meets while at the hospital, offering fraudulent miracle cure for John's cancer. Carlos doesn't know much English. Was able to at least befriend him. Yep. Jonathan Carlos fixed his bicycle. That was it.
Oh, it's just a random kid, so he's not related to anyone. Just a random kid with a bike.
And they basically use him as a sympathy device for John.
Yeah.
Carlos is forced to take turns being boarded with blood for several minutes, but John takes the brunt of it. Not like waterboarding, just in case that wasn't clear. Not wanting an innocent child to be a part of a trap not meant for him. This goes on until Cecilia. So at this point, Cecilia and Parker. So Cecilia has. Have we missed something with the guts?
This trap was meant for Cecilia and Parker.
Because John's already clued in on this. But she does something with the guts. There's someone's guts.
Yeah.
And I forget.
I can't remember where she got the guts from.
We've done a Saw X review on this. It was so long ago. Cecilia kills Gabriella by breaking her neck, while Parker also we'll come back to Parker in a second. Also forces Amanda to chain herself to Mateo's chain. She gloats to John of her knowledge to him being the Jigsaw killer and his attempts to retaliate against her and her deceased conspirators, which she's been using them on the recent scams to take away their efforts for herself. Okay, I can't. Well, it will take a while to get into it. I can't for the life of me remember how these.
Parker rocks up, banging on the door to be let in.
Yeah,
and they think Parker is there to because he was also scammed.
Yes, that's it.
So John puts him in like the control room so we can see stuff, and very clearly puts Parker's gun in a particular
He knows.
in a room.
He knows.
He's taken all the bullets out, but hasn't
Yeah.
got Parker. So when Parker holds the gun on him, John knows there's no bullets in it, but he goes along with it. Yeah.
The bloodboarding, it's waterboarding with blood.
Fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's
Visually, it looks really interesting because it's blood, but
it's
basically like take the scene from Carrie and just go over the top.
It's meant for, like I said, it's meant for Cecilia and Parker.
Yeah.
Well, could they have escaped it?
One of them could have survived by just killing the other one, although they could have both survived by just taking it in turns and not panicking.
Yeah.
It was survivable. It's really weird. I don't think it goes higher than Hacksaw.
I mean, I was even thinking of going Hammer.
No, because they could have died and they could have survived. It is a trap-ish.
Okay. All right. Gas chamber, which ends up being Cecilia and Parker's trap in the end.
So John knows
the control room.
Yeah, John knew that Parker was a scammer.
Yeah.
I think they say that all the money you stole, they've put it in the bags. It's in the control room. They both go to get it.
Yeah.
And then the doors close, and it starts filling with gas. And there's a small window you can put your head out of. And so they're fighting each other to be able to breathe.
They keep pulling one, pull one out, one goes in, pull everyone out. Yeah, that's it.
And I think she kills him with not a gun. I think maybe she stabs him or something. And then she survives, but then she can't get out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just trapped there.
She's stuck there forever, basically. I still wouldn't go higher than Hacksaw if I'm honest.
And Hacksaw, yeah.
The final trap is a post-credit scene. Disembowelment. Now this
is the guy who he met, who told him that he had cancer and he was survived. And he
convinced John.
He met him at a cancer support group and told John that he had cancer and it was inoperable. But now he was saved by the people at this special place.
You've got to check them out. You've got to check them out. It'll help you. And that's what leads John to the film, basically.
Yeah.
But we don't find out that... Do we find out that he's part of the scam through the film, or is it just the post-credits, do you remember?
It's at the end.
It's the post-credits,
Because when John realises that this is all a scam, he realises, okay, so the guy who told me he was killed by them must be part of the scam.
And then we get in the post-credits, they're in the bathroom. It's a disembowelment.
I cannot remember this at all.
I can't remember what it looks like. I just remember the camera panning to Hoffman helping him, which was quite a nice little reveal. Disembowel. I don't know what it looks like.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like the little razor blade claws.
Clearly, that's a robot piano player. I think you meant to say.
Okay. The trap consists of a device designed to slash the lower abdominal open with 5 sharp blades on a large mechanical box connected to the then hung up person by leather straps. It's unknown how the sharp tools would... Oh, yeah, because we don't actually see it happen.
Okay.
I don't think we do. Reach the wearer's stomach as they appear to just move in a non-moving pattern through flesh cutting.
So we just see it set up.
The black, yeah.
We don't see any instructions.
The whole point is about Hoffman's reveal, but we don't... This may have to go Hammer because we don't know if he escapes. We don't know how to escape.
But it's a Kramer trap, so it must be escapable.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point. No instructions are given for the test, and it's unknown if it was winnable, though it isn't fully like John Kramer to create a purposely unwinnable trap, so it is possible. Henry Kessler is the victim's name. So probably Hacksaw then, because we don't know much about it.
Yeah, Hacksaw seems fine.
Wow.
So, talking about a robot playing Saw on a piano has just reminded me of something. You'll love it.
I'm listening.
So when I was working out in the Arctic Circle in Lapland, and I was doing kids' entertainment. Yeah. So it's all the people who come to see Santa and the elves. Is this true?
I didn't know this about you. Okay.
Oh, no, I spent a few Christmas seasons out in Lapland.
I had no idea. Cool.
Paid like shit, but, I was living in a log cabin for months on end, and it was great fun. Anyway, so it's very expensive.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
So, all the adults and kids, when they have their food, they have live music with the food, and sometimes it was a singer, sometimes there was a pianist, there's someone who played like various woodwind. Anyway, one of the guys was a Scouser called Frank,
Frank.
Frank loved the Saw series. We chatted about it, although at this point I think there were maybe only 3 films in.
Right, yeah.
But he said he was talking about the way that the writers have explained they've got plans for up to 10 films or something.
Which is one thing I appreciate about the series, the writing.
They had plans.
Is great.
Anyway, so Frank was the least couth of all the musicians.
Okay.
Lovely guy, really fun. But so the other musicians would be in like the big fancy restaurants that were out there, and he was always in the bar.
Was it called Fancy Restaurant?
I can't remember the names. So
it's a Freddy Got Fingered reference.
Okay, so in the bar there was a bar which was also a restaurant, and he would play piano, and he would just play like maybe Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He would just play kind of nice, quiet, Christmassy music. And I would go to the bar and get a drink, and we'd be chatting because amazing musician. It's like he doesn't need to think about anything. He's on autopilot.
Yeah,
he'll have a chat about anything, and he would say, "All right, Nick, give me a piece of music," and I'd say, "I don't know, maybe Jaws." He'd be like Rudolph, and then
yeah,
and then go back into it, and he would look, and around the room, 1 or 2 heads would go like, "Did I hear that?" And then they go back and I must have misheard it. He would sneak the Saw theme into so many bits of music.
Like that. That's great. That's genius.
Yeah, he would do it. It's so fun. He would just. I'm sitting there having a drink, we're having a chat. He's playing loads of music. He's just throwing in the James Bond theme in the middle of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" or something.
As a theme, there's not many horror franchises or films alone that have memorable themes, I would say.
And Hello Zepp is one of the few proper stand-up bit of music.
It's superb.
So you've got this Psycho theme.
Yes.
Not just the strings, but all the lead up to it is a really good piece of music as well.
I would give Friday the 13th as a very recognisable theme. Especially along with the...
How's that go?
Kill mama.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not a theme, but it's part of it.
Yeah, okay.
Texas Chainsaw didn't. It was just kind of...
Halloween.
Oh,
wait, that's the Saw theme again.
Yeah, the Halloween is more like...
That's Tubular Bells. That's Exorcist.
Tubular Bells, Exorcist. Do you know that only plays once in the whole film with The Exorcist?
But it stands out.
It plays for like 5 to 10 seconds in The Exorcist. That is it.
What's Halloween's theme? Because I know it's got a really good one, and my brain just... Thank you.
So yeah, you get that, and it'll last for a lifetime.
So Friday the 13th, Halloween, Exorcist, Psycho, Jaws. These are all kind of 80s films.
This is a
and
modern...
not until we hit 2000 we get to Saw, and one that actually sticks out.
There's rarely any modern horror. At nearly 10:30 after 3 hours of recording. No, Nick, I can't remember. We'll come back to it. I'll think about that.
Yeah.
Your favourite trap? It's got
It's the reverse bear trap. I said it the first recording, the first thing we spoke about. That to me is the standout trap of the whole franchise. However, soft spot for public execution. Even though Saw 3D is absolute trash, such a good trap. But the reverse bear trap for me is just synonymous with the franchise.
It is. I'll go opposite. The rack is my favourite, but I'll give an honourable mention to the reverse bear trap because it is. You're completely right. It is honourable mention. Holy shit. Wow.
It's been a long one.
And it's been a lesson for when we do tier lists next time.
Don't watch all the films. More than you can chew.
Don't let you do all the work. I will watch all because we'll do Final Destination kills next when we do a tier list.
But at least they're all kills, so we won't be arguing. Is this a kill? Is it not a kill?
Creative. It'll be creativity. Yeah. So,
but that's a long franchise to watch.
We've just done 10 films, 9 films. Sorry.
I mean, I did like 5 of them.
I did some.
I watched them in the past.
I made this.
Fair enough.
So that is our Saw trap tier. I'm very tired. What?
Dead Silence. Modern music. Fucking great track.
I'll look it up in a minute.
Yeah. If you think of any modern films, let's say from 2000 onwards, with an iconic piece of music, please put it in the comments,
in the live stream.
I'm not good at the wordy words.
And send it on into the dreadcastpodcast@gmail.com.
What's that address?
The dreadcastpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to know the trivia and information regarding it.
I love Dead Silence. It's such a good piece of music.
You mentioned it not long ago, actually, yeah. So there's our list. What do you think? What are yours? What are your favourite traps? Let us know.
What do you think should have been in Chainsaw that we didn't put up there? What do you think is the top tier? Because we only put 4 traps.
4 traps
out of 9 films. Only 4 we felt were good enough to be in the top tier.
That's wild. 4. I mean, Circular Saw was still all really good. They just didn't hit the mark of Chainsaw.
Yeah.
But that is that. Hopefully next time, I think we'll definitely do Final Destination will be the next one. Whenever we get around doing a tier list, it will be a bit more streamlined. This has been a good practice run.
Yeah.
We chose the longest one of the longest film series to do this, but it's been a good practice, been a good experiment.
And Saw 11's on the way out as well.
It is.
It's being made.
I've enjoyed everything about this. Thank you very much for doing all your homework. You helped tremendously. And because I'm not actually right here. I'm not here right now, as this is out.
Right here.
Right now. Yeah.
Right here.
When I'm back in May onwards, back to normality.
Back to life.
Back to reality.
Normality.
Normality.
It'll just change it. There we go.
At this present time as recording, have no idea what's coming out, but stay tuned. Check out the socials.
Keep watching the skis.
That's how we ended the last one.
I know, it's fresh in the mind. I can't think of another way to end an episode.
All the major audio streaming services, just search Spotify. Just search Dreadcast.
Spotify.
Just search Dreadcast and you'll find us.
Are you sleepy, Tom?
I'm very sleepy.
Okay.
So until next time, folks, thank you very much. And